Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. In this video, we will discuss NVIDIA stock price movement for today and we'll try to make an assessment for rest of the week using fundamentals, technical charts, and comparative analysis. Now, let's get started. You see NVIDIA stock chart for today on your screen. NVIDIA opened at 11:30. It made a high 11:54. It made a low 11:09 and it closed at 11:48. That is 0.81% up. As I expected yesterday, some volatility on the Nvidia stock price for today. You see that after opening at 11:30, Nvidia went down, but it could not go below 1100 because the buying forces were more stronger in the morning than the selling forces. So you see that Nvidia got a pullback from there, and then after that, it was trading around 1140. It did not go too high. It was moving around between 1140 and 1150. At this point, it looks to me the trend is down, and I'm guessing tomorrow is the day for Nvidia correction. I'm not expecting around 10% correction, but I'm expecting between 2 to 4% correction tomorrow and or Friday. One of the reasons, as I mentioned yesterday, is the PCE Index data or the inflation data is due on Friday. And the second reason is in last 4 or 5 days, there was no drop or correction happened on NVIDIA. So if you take a look last 5 days, NVIDIA is about 21% up without making any correction. Let's take a look above what point NVIDIA can be risky to buy more. Let's take a look. I'm showing you this table. I showed you this table yesterday as well. So as we noted yesterday, the maximum price increase on NVIDIA between the announcement and the stock split date is 24%. So if I add 24% from the stock price that NVIDIA had just before the split announcement, and that was 940. So 940 times 1.24, that is 24% increase, and that will give me 1165. So I'm guessing about 1165, Nvidia can show some consolidation. It will be interesting to see if Nvidia can go higher than 1165 before the stock split effective date. Maybe yes, it can go, but I'm not expecting it will go too much from here, right? So, in my opinion, 1165 is a break point for Nvidia before stock splits becomes effective. That is June 7th. So now moving on, last 1 month, Nvidia up 32%. So in last 6 months, as we noted, Nvidia keeps going up. So 145% increase in last 6 months. And regarding my position, I did not buy any Nvidia today because in my opinion, it did not make sense to buy Nvidia at this high price before the stock split effective date because I will not have much room to play from here if Nvidia drops, right? So I was expecting to buy around 1100 today, but it did not happen. It went down to 1109, but I was expecting it to further go down probably about 1100, but it did not happen. Hopefully tomorrow or Friday, I might get some chance to get Nvidia. Now let's take a look technical chart. On your screen, you see 90-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia and also the MACD chart. So MACD on the hourly chart, is going down. This tells me that the buying forces today was not as strong as it was yesterday or Friday. So tomorrow I'm also expecting this buying forces will get further weaker. So hopefully tomorrow is the day for Nvidia correction. Now let's take a look RSI. RSI in hourly interval chart is below 70. So this tells me that at this point, Nvidia is not too much overbought compared with yesterday and Friday. But still, I see that there is some room for Nvidia to go further down. Let's take a look 30 minutes chart. So in a 30 minutes chart, you see that Nvidia RSI is showing further downtrend. So hopefully this may continue tomorrow as well. Now let's take a look Bollinger Bands. So you see Bollinger Bands on your screen. Let's take a look starting from Thursday. You see Nvidia got more momentum and Nvidia traded above the blue line. So the blue line is basically the moving average. So in this case, it should be 20-hour moving average because we are taking a look hourly chart. But interestingly, you see, starting this morning, it's showing the same behavior. The buying pressure is going down, it's breaking. See, for the first time, it went below the blue line, And now it's going in parallel to the blue line, almost touching. So this also tells the same thing that maybe tomorrow and or Friday we might see some correction on Nvidia. Now, let's take a look Fibonacci levels. You see Fibonacci levels on your screen. I selected the lowest point 938 and the highest is 1150. I wanted to see Nvidia support and resistance level in the shorter time period. So the next level of support I see is 1100. So that was why, I was trying to buy Nvidia around 1100 this morning. So after 1100, the next level of support is 1069. On the upper side, Nvidia is trading around 1150. As I showed you in my other Excel file, 1165 looks to me a very good resistance level for Nvidia. Now, let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. We see Nvidia news on the left side of your screen. I find this news very interesting. That one, a rate hike would wow markets portfolio manager. So this one looks to me more realistic versus yesterday when some analysts were talking about rate cut. And that was funny to me. So rate hike, yes, there is a possibility that Fed can do at least one rate hike sometime this year if inflation does not go further down. So that's why, the Friday PCE Index data is very important. So now this news that says that Nvidia not overvalued despite low forward PE. I don't know. Maybe not overvalued, but the correction is due because last 4 or 5 days I did not see Nvidia go any percentage down, right? So if the correction doesn't happen this week, then probably it should happen sometime next week. Let's see. So now this one that says that Nvidia accelerates AI chip production with new packaging tech to meet strong demand. And that's good news, right? The AI chip future demand is getting more stronger. Uh, the Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing data will be very important for May. We'll see how much they produce in May or how much was the sale in May versus April. So that will tell us, if the production is going further up or if there is some slowdown in the production. I guess that's all for Nvidia news. I do not see anything different from yesterday. Let's take a look other AI stocks. You see other AI stocks on your screen, including Nvidia. Most of the stocks in the AI sector are negative today. For example, SMCI 4% down. Now, let's talk about the PC index data that is due on Friday. You see PC index historical data on your screen and also core PC index historical. As you noted in last month, we got the actuals came higher than the forecast, 2.7% versus 2.6%. And then before that, last 3 months, it just matched the forecast. And before that, it came lower than the forecast. So this month, we're expecting 2.7%. And let's see what the number shows up on Friday. In my opinion, it should either match the forecast or should come higher than the forecast. In terms of the core PC historical, the last cycle, we got 2.8% versus 2.6% forecast. And before that, last 2 months, it just matched the forecast. And before that, it came lower than the forecast. And that was good. So in this month, we're expecting 2.8%. In my understanding, the core PCE data should either match or should come higher than the forecast. And if you take a look at the trend, you noted that starting July 2022, we see the downtrend on the PCE data, but from December 2023, we see that the numbers are not going down any further. And that is a point of concern for Fed and the overall market. So that's all about NVIDIA stock analysis for today and the stock price assessment for rest of the week. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.